4 years ago, about 4.5 years ago, on an online business academy where I met James Knight. It was called eAcademy, and on that online platform for businesses to connect and communicate globally, I saw that IMO was being used. So I answered the IMO questionnaire, and I saw that it was telling us how we could communicate with other people. And in my corporate and professional background, I have a background in international business development. I thought I was doing quite well. I was performing well, opening up new international markets in the international education.
What colour did you find that you were? What's your?
Oh, mine was, so I'm the high red. Okay, so I'm naturally a high red. I'm very results focused, and even though I have always got on well with other people, people would describe me as a friendly, outgoing person. When push comes to shove, I am about those results, and I knew that I had the ability to walk over the top of other people to reach that bottom line. It's usually why I was hired to do certain jobs. But I knew at that point in my life I was going to go out and work for myself when I was looking for other opportunities and consulting opportunities, and it was always the one weakness on my performance reviews. I achieved goals for the company and made the right money, but I didn't always have the empathy that they would have liked me to have with people that I was managing. Okay. So when I came across IMO, I thought, wow.
So walking over other people kind of gives me a clue that you probably wouldn't have a great empathy with a lot of people. That is a high red trait. So.
It is a high red trait, although I think there are quite a few high reds like myself who wouldn't give that impression. In fact, most people would think we are people. Right. But again, when it really comes down to it, do have the ability to charge forward.
Focus on those, get those results.
And focus on the task first before the people, and people can feel left out. Right. Now, I knew that if I was going to open up my own business, and I said breakfast because I was at that stage looking at the opportunity of opening up business over breakfast, or Bob Clubs, a networking organisation for professionals across Australia and New Zealand, that I needed to be pretty slick in terms of how I connected and communicated with people from all different styles, people who were naturally different to myself. And so when I was presented with the opportunity to train as an IMO practitioner with James, I contacted him and said, I want to know what this is all about. It was like, wow, this is the answer. A simple, predictable framework me as a high red could grab, take, learn how to identify the observable behaviour in others that would also give me tangible strategies and tools and the words to say to be able to communicate and connect in other people's comfort zones. Right. I'm not naturally intuitive. I think that is also something that can be quite typical of high reds and high greens. People who are very task focused, we can find it quite challenging to read other people because that's not our focus. So a simple, predictable framework like IMO has given me the tools to be able to logically read other people and to help myself respond accordingly. And since then, it has completely changed my approach to business and my personal life to the extent that I can now quite comfortably communicate in a high blue style, something that would have been completely unnatural to me before. Alien. I can quite comfortably communicate in a high green style. I can completely slow down my communication and communicate with pauses, for example. I don't constantly look at my watch all the time. High reds are very conscious of time. Don't waste my time. Time is a commodity. And I have actively been able to change that in my life and my approach to business. And by reducing people's feeling that I am impatient, which is also a high red trait, I have managed to see some really tangible outcomes in terms of the quality of relationships and also the business that I have been able to win from people who are clearly, naturally a different IMO style to me.
So I think what we'd call you now is an enlightened high red.
Well, probably when I conduct my workshops and my training, for example, I am very comfortable to conduct those trainings and those workshops in any IMA style. And if I know that, for example, I've got a workshop of high greens and high blues, I will conduct it in a different way. I had an example last year where I conducted 2 workshops on 2 days simultaneously, and I was working with an HR consultant who brought me in to conduct those workshops to a client of hers. And she said to me, and it was quite amazing, it was a real compliment to me, she said at the end of the second day, "Oh my goodness, I have never seen anyone conduct a workshop in this one way, and then the other way, in 2 consecutive days to 2 completely different audiences. That is amazing." And the fast-paced workshop that I delivered to the high reds and the high yellows, for example, was totally different from the other, and that's what IMA has taught me. I would say that I'm a much more well-rounded person now than I ever used to be, and anyone else can do too.
Well, yeah, it sounds like more than double the skills you've got there, because I mean, the whole purpose is that we sit in our comfort zone and there's 3 others, and clearly you've mastered the ability to work in those other 3 comfort zones, so you've got 4 times the number of comfort zones that any of your competitors might have, which is, a real, it's a result in itself, isn't it? So
absolutely.
I think you just told me what that defining moment was, I think, by saying, well, you stepped out of one comfort zone and being able to work and live and breathe in 4.
And as IMA practitioners, that's what we want to share with the world.
Right.
That's our message.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to be role models, don't we?
Right.
We need to be role models, and we want to show that. So if we can master it, that means that we can help other people to master it. Because I always say you can't take somebody where you haven't been yourself.
Yeah.
So
we call it the gift of IMA.
That's right, the gift of IMA.
Yeah.
So it so inspired me and changed me, and I want to share that with the world.
Yeah, and it's fantastic because we've made it available free, and in fact you can get it on your site, can't you? +1dynamics.com.
+1dynamics.com.
Okay.
That's PRUSON.
Okay. I'd like to say thank you very much for sharing that with us. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
You're welcome.
And I look forward to hearing some more stories.
Thank you, Dave.